Parshat Vayetze, Vayetze Yaakov מבאר שבע לחרנה. We'll talk today about the relationship of between Yaakov, Esav, to the children, מה קורה פה. One of, לבן, Esav also. One of the obvious questions that everybody has, first time when Yaakov met Rachel telling him, you know, we have a big problem. You know, I know you want me, but Abba sheli, הוא רמאי. My father is a liar. He's going to get you. He said, סמוך על מומו. Don't worry. אחי ואני ברמאות. I'm his brother ברמאות. So don't worry. So the obvious question, number one, איפה אחי? הוא פירק אותו.
ועוד שאל למה אתה רימת?
כן, למה אתה רימת?
He asked him למה אתה מרמה אותו.
He accused him, he showed him all the shit that he did to him. So don't worry, אחי ואני ברמאות. But השאלה השנייה, that bothers me, אח, it's someone equivalent, נכון?
כן.
So who said you're going to win? If you said אני אבא שלו ברמאות, I can understand. אבא שלו אני יותר ממנו, so don't worry, I'll take care of it. But אחיו, I'm the same as him, so one of us going to win. Who said he's going to win?
יש older brother ויאנגר.
אתה אומר? הוא לא אמר אני אחיו הגדול. אחיו זה אותו דבר, right? Who said he's going to win? הוא אמר, הנה רש"י, אז אנחנו פה,
גם יכול להיות אחיו הקטן.
אז אנחנו בפרק כ"ט, פסוק י' by the way, maybe Shabbat I will talk about וישק יעקב לרחל, איך מותר לו לנשק אותה. When I was Bocher in Yeshiva, that was my Parshat Shavua Shiur. I was allowed to kiss her, and Rebbe Kiva was there, and I started this question, he gave me such a dirty look, meaning, what are you talking about? But
she was 3 or less than 3?
Huh?
She was 3 or less than 3?
She was, I don't know, what's her date? But
No, now she was older, remember?
No, who says that she's
Now,
older?
no,
זה לא רבקה, זה רחל. זה מישהו אחרת.
מה הבעיה?
מה אתה אומר?
מה הבעיה?
הקימו את כל התורה, זה אריות, מה אתה מנשק אותה?
זה אריות, זה לא...
אבל זה ראיו, מה? אתה לא יכול לנשק אישה סתם, היה לה תקיס הלילי, אה?
Four, she's 3.
אחי, הוא קימו הכל, אחי, רובי תחומין עשו. כל התורה כולה קימו, מה, למה יכול לנשק אותה? Anyway, he gave me dirty look, but at the end it was okay.
Wait, זה אריות because she was 3 years?
כן.
She was married to
לא שאני יותר טוב פחות.
אז אח אתה בטוח שהכל יהיה בסדר. אחיו זה אחיו. אני גם קומבינטור. לא, הוא אומר אני גם. לא, היא אומרת, יש לי בעיה, אתה אמור לנצח אותו. אני רוצה אותך, נכון? היא אומרת, אחיו אני ברמאות. הלאה, so it says, ותרץ יעקב, ויגד יעקב לרחל כי אחי אבי ההוא, פרק כ"ט פסוק י"ב. ויגד יעקב לרחל כי אחי אבי ההוא, וכיבן רבקה הוא, ותרוץ ותרי לאביה. רש"י emphasized that she went and she said it to her father. למה? כי לא הייתה לה אימא, אוקיי? Who cares? לא אכפת שלא הייתה לה אימא, אוקיי? ויהי כשמוע לבן את שם יעקב בן אחותו, וירץ לקראתו, ויחבק לו, וינשק לו, ויביאו אל ביתו, ויספר ללבן את כל הדברים האלה. So when יעקב meet לבן, what a hug! נשיקה של מרוקאים, למה? So Rashi said, he loves כסף, נכון? אז הוא בדק שאין לו כסף, לא בפה, לא בקר. Is that a חידוש about לבן?
What?
That he loves money?
זה אליעזר כבר.
We know for Eliezer. So why did Torah give me the same message about לבן again? Okay, he loves money. The pasuk continued, ויספר לו, so he said, ויספר ללבן את כל הדברים האלה. יעקב, right? You coming to work for לבן, הוא רמאי, נכון? He telling you, by the way, אני חתיכת מסכן. I don't want to be here, רש"י אומר. אבל אח שלי מרדף אחריי. I had to run away from my brother, wanted to kill me. And כסף גנבו לי, מה אני אעשה? כפרה, מה אני יכול לעשות? Okay, anybody wants such a שידוך, by the way, for his daughter? He's a loser. He's telling you, I'm a loser. What's going on over here? Okay, ואז הוא אומר לו, אוקיי, יאללה, בוא אליי הביתה, תעבוד אותי בחינם. Then, יעקב,
גם מפיל את עצמו.
then יעקב, כן, הוא מפיל את עצמו, אתה מלכלך על עצמך.
הוא אמר שאני פרייר.
הוא אומר לו, אני פרייר, בדיוק. And then יעקב, יבן ask him, okay, what's going on? Work for 7 years, okay? מה אתה רוצה משכורת? I'm going to go 7 years for your daughter. מצוין. After 7 years, he worked for his daughter, מגיע בלילה בחתונה, כל ששון וכל שמחה. Everything is good. The problem is that suddenly he sees that in the morning that he's getting לאה. So why should...
זה big.
הוא הולך ללבן, אומר לו, לבן, אומר לו, you know what? sorry, לא יעשה כבמקומותינו. So the question is, if Lavan telling him a legit question, answer, Lavan was Lavan Arami. Outside he looks black, he's Lavan. If you give him, it's got to be a valid answer. Is that a valid answer or not? Meaning, if he's telling him, you ask me to do something wrong, so what is Tana of Yaakov? You asked to do something wrong. What do you want me to do? Because you're doing something wrong, I'm going to make something wrong. You want to marry the younger girl before the older girl. It's wrong. You shouldn't do like that.
They had an agreement.
Okay, but you went against it. Meaning, is that an answer? It's not an answer. We see it as a trick. I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to do it. But you're giving him as a legit answer. Is that a legit answer or not?
Yes. No.
מה אתה אומר?
It's a legit answer.
A legit answer?
Yeah.
So what does Yaakov want?
What do you mean?
Not a legit
It's a legit
Huh?
answer. It's a legit. Yaakov said, "I'll do it."
There are rules. We have rules in this country. You cannot go.
It's your fault for making the agreement before the
You cannot go agreement and override the rules of the country. This is a zoning rule. You can.
Yeah, what do you mean? You should have made it. You go into contract.
It's Yaakov's
that's
fault.
different than.
Yaakov's
Right. Okay. So I think he's blaming Yaakov. Okay. Now
It is.
it seems that Yaakov said take the blame, and then Yaakov telling him, okay, you know what? If not Rachel, I got Leah. Okay, I'm going to work another 7 years for Rachel. תגיד, אתה פראייר? Okay. I said, you have a problem? No problem. No Leah. Now, let me get Rachel עכשיו. מה הופך עוד 7 שנים ברחל? Now, it's unbelievable. It says later on that when Rachel didn't have children, Rachel came over to Leah for the dudaim. Rachel found the dudaim. It's a special flower, sgula, to have children. So Rachel came over to Leah and says, Leah, please help me, give me, I want to have children. So he told him, no, המעט לקחתך את אישי ולקח את דודאי בני, you took my husband and you want to take now the dudaim of my son? How did she took her husband? Because Yaakov gave simanim to Rachel, יפה? And she gave it to her. תגיד לי, חצופה? You married my husband because I gave you the simanim.
You took her husband.
כן, you took the husband. אתה עד לקח את הבן שלי, איך היא אומרת כזה משפט? That's unbelievable. I mean, is she giving all the סימנים? וייטר?
לאה אומרת לרחל, לקחתי את הבעל?
כן, לאה אומרת לרחל, לא, לקח לי את הבעל. אני נתתי לך! חצופה.
That's how you see women are only for them.
נכון, that's like, you know, מה קורה? What's wrong with you? Okay, וייטר, I want to skip to, I want to focus on the meeting of לבן ורחל. Now, afterwards, כתוב, ויאמר, אנחנו ג'אם, פרק ל' פסוק כ"ח. כ"ז. יעקב ask לבן, I want to go home, מספיק, I have enough. מה אומר לו יעקב? פרק ל' פסוק כ"ז, פרק ל'. So, עונה לו לבן answer יעקב back, you want to go home, but I have a problem. ואומר לבן, אם נא מצאתי חן בעיניך, ניחשתי, ויברכני השם בגללך. השם gave me something because of you. What? Rashi says, up to that point, he didn't have boys, didn't have children, boys, זכרים, לא?
What does that pasuk mean?
He said, he said, I want you to stay because of you, I have money and I got, Baruch Hashem, I have some boys. Why boys is a factor over here?
Lavan said this to
Okay.
Yaakov?
Yeah. He said, I have some boy. I'm going to have, because of you, I have boys. That's why I don't want you to go. Why because of you, I have boys? I don't want, he was Iraqi, by the way. Iraqi are very into boys. Chon?
The grandchildren?
No, boys. He never had boys before.
Oh, now Lavan has
Because
children.
he had girls, not boys.
Oh.
And then he said, I have boys. He said, okay, let's,
Through Yaakov.
because that Yaakov came, he had bracha to have boys.
So he himself had a son.
If not, he
Yeah, he had boys. Okay, he had boys. Now we continue. ויחמו וכולי. Now, I'm jumping פסוק, פרק למדע לפסוק א', וישמע את דברי בני לבן לאמור, לקח יעקב את כל אשר לאבינו, ומאשר לאבינו עשה את כל הכבוד הזה. Suddenly he heard that the children of Lavan saying, by the way, Yaakov took it from our father, he became wealthy because of our father, and obviously they said it to the father, we see his father is bad. Meaning, they talking about you, and that gives you a decision to move the country. It seemed like here that the only reason for decision to move is because the children were, his brother-in-laws were talking about him. How many people have brother-in-laws talking about them? This is today, it's a common thing. Because your brother-in-law talking about you, therefore you're going to quit, you're going to leave, move to another place. And then, okay, Hashem revealed to him and telling him, Yankov, you got to go. It's really time to go home. He goes to over Rachel and Leah, והוא מלכלך. He talks dirty about his father. He said, by the way, your father is a crook, and Hashem, by the way, said that I have to go. Hashem told you to go, nachon? They believe on Hashem? Telling them, Hashem said to go. What do you melachlech? What do you make? What's the whole point of talking so dirty about Lavan? Then the steps is going on over here, it's unbelievable. The next step is, they're willing to go. Yaakov comes up and he runs away from Lavan. Is that, let's say a few steps. Is that legit, something right to do? No.
Just say Hashem told me.
No, you're running away from Lavan, זה לא יפה, okay? Rachel suddenly steals the Avodah Zarah. She decides to steal the Avodah Zarah. Okay, she loves her father, and she doesn't want he's going to worship Avodah Zarah. After a while, Yaakov comes, Lavan chasing Yaakov, and he's telling him, what did you do? You stole my heart, איפה heart? ותנהג בנותיי כשבויות חרב. You took my children, my daughters as if they were captured in the, Pashevi. I would have let you go with song, etc. You didn't let me kiss them. יש לאל ידיי, I can do bad to you, but I'm not going to do. And then he conclude, פרק פסוק למד, ואתה, הלוך הלכת, you can go, כי נחשפת לבית אביך. You want to go to the house of your father. למה גנבת את אלוהי? את אלוהי? Why did you steal my עבודה זרה? That's what Lavan accused Yaakov for stealing the Avodah Zarah. And then Yaakov was very nice response. No, I was afraid, but you might going to steal my daughters, my wives, and therefore I ran away. Don't worry, if you found any Avodah Zarah, anybody who saw the Avodah Zarah is not going to make it. Up to this point, is Yitzchak reacting and is very calm about it. Yaakov. Then he couldn't find anything. פתאום הוא נדלק. ויחר יעקב, וירא בלבן, ויען יעקב, מה פשעי ומה חטאתי כדלקת? Why did you chase me? You didn't find the תרפים, and you tricked me and you did to me. הלו, מה קרה? A second ago, when you are accused that you sold the תרפים, you answered them, כמו אשכנזי, look, I didn't want you to steal my daughters, your daughters, I went home, everything makes sense. Because that he didn't find the תרפים, suddenly he goes crazy on him, he blows up on him. מה קרה פה? I mean, that response should be at the beginning. When he chased him and he come to chase him, that should be the response. And he giving him all of the list what he did to him. Yeah, Lavan answered to Yaakov, by the way, abanot bnotai, he never answered to the concept, to the question. What was the tana of Yaakov toward Lavan? Lavan, you tricked me. Look what you did to me. All of the tricks, he said to him, abanot bnotai, Abani Banai, everything you see, it's mine. He never answered to the claim of Yaakov. We're talking about intelligent people, okay? What's the answer of Lavan? They said, you tricked me, you lied to me, you accused me stealing for no reason. That's an answer? And then he said, Bata, בוא נעשה ברית. איך עכשיו הגיע הברית out of nowhere? In the ברית, Yaakov takes a stone, וירימיה מצבה, and he picks it up as a מצבה, איך אומרים באנגלית? No. Monument. Now, and then he told his brothers, which is his children, very interesting description. He described his children as brothers. He described his children as brothers, and he telling them, Liktu avanim, and then, Vayilketu avanim, Vayasu gal. So he telling them to collect small stones, and they're collecting big stones. Your father told you, hey, what are you doing, B? And then he continued, Vayomer Lavan agal hazeh beni uvenecha, that's why it's called Galed. And then he telling him, by the way, make sure don't suffer my daughters, be nice to them. Suddenly give him an instruction how you need to behave and to act with his daughters. You didn't care about it before. When you say goodbye, suddenly you care about your daughters. And then he says, unbelievable. אלוקי אברהם ואלוקי נחור ישפטו בינינו. says לבן, אלוקי אברהם ואלוקי נחור ישפטו בינינו. מה יעקב עונה?
לא למד משרה, לא להגיד אבל.
ואלוקי נחור, וישבע יעקב בפחד אביו יצחק. Then he swear by יצחק, but he should swear by אברהם. He swear by נחור, נכון? And you swear by אברהם. Then Yaakov swear by Pachad David Yitzchak. What's going on over here? We said in Parshat Chayei Sarah, when Eliezer was looking for the daughter for Rivka, to marry Rivka, the Torah described her Bat Milka, Ben Betuel, Ben Milka. So when Eliezer was trying to get Rivka, Eliezer looking at Rivka as Bat Milka. Lavan and his father described Rivka Bat Nachor. So we said 2 weeks ago the following, that Terach had 3 children. He had Avraham, Haran, and Nachor. Avraham was full of Hashem. He was Hashem, 100%. Nachor cares only about himself, doesn't care about anything else. Haran, umitnadned, who's באמצע. Nachor had a child, his name is Betuel. He married Milka. Haran had 2 daughters, one is Sarai and one Milka. Avraham married Sarai and Nachor married Milka. They had a child and the name is Rivka. There are 2 ways to look at Rivka. Eliezer wants her because she is the daughter of Milka. Milka is the daughter of Haran, which means he wants the yichus of Haran to her, but they describe her, and that's how she described herself. When Eliezer described her on the story back to the family, he says Bat Nachor. He didn't tell them that he wants her because she's Bat Milka. We said over there was a big fight over her because Milka is the daughter of Haran. Haran is a person shemitnadned, right? It's an in-between. Nachor is the bad guy. So he wants to take Milka. He wants to take Rivka, the daughter of Milka. So he wants to make her part of Am Israel. Betuel and Lavan, they don't want her to be part of Am Israel. They want her to stay part of Nachor family. That was the whole fight. So therefore at the beginning, in the dialogue over there, they were okay. When they realized who he was, over there, they said, no, don't go with him, I love it. As soon as they realized they lost her, okay, go. We have no choice. So the whole battle over there was whether Rivka will be part of Milka, Nahor, or part of Nachor. Now, when Rivka married Yitzchak is pure part of Avraham. Yitzchak is Avraham, and Sarai. Sarai was also the sister of Milka, in between. Sarah already moved herself to be completely part of Avraham that is fully for Hashem. So Yitzchak is a boy that is fully 100% for Hashem. Whether his wife Rivka, she has both worlds within her. This is how she grew up. Lavan carried the family of Nachor. His life mission that the family of Nachor should not be people who carry about others. You have to take care about yourself, about your own space, about your own family. You shouldn't worry bichlal about Am Israel. Mishek and Avraham, it's all about others. Make sure getting people closer to Hashem. Nachor is the opposite. Lavan, his life mission to continue the family legacy. Aval, Yaakov's mission is to continue whose family legacy? Am Israel, Avraham Avinu. Velachem, there was a huge fight over here, 2 greatest minds in the world, between Yaakov and Lavan. Who is going to win the continuation of Am Israel? The only way you can continue Am Israel is you need the continuation of that family, because you need Leah and Rachel, because Leah and Rachel also the daughter of Lavan, which Lavan is the son of Milka and Nachor. The question is, who those girls will be like? Will they be like Nachor, or they will be like Milka? There were when Esav came, when Rachel said, "I want to marry," he told Rachel, "I want to marry you." She said, "Achi, my father is a liar." What did he says? "Achi v'ani beramaut." So Rashi says, "What's achi v'ani beramaut?" If he wants, I am straight, or if he wants, I'm achiv ani beramaut, like Rivka akshera. Does Rivka describe ramaut? Akshera? Because Rivka, Rashi. So the pshat is like that. Rivka be'emet, when there was two minds of fighting who's going to control of Am Yisrael. Yaakov has a mission, I want to marry the daughters, both of them, and they got to be part of Am Yisrael. Lavan wants to control 100% that the daughters will not be part of Am Yisrael. When two great minds, no, it's the one step before. The Rashi said, the Gemara says in Bava Batra that Rachel was the daughter that everybody used to say that Leah is going to marry Esav, and Rachel going to marry Yaakov. The Gemara says Leah was so great. Why? She didn't want to marry Yaakov. Why she wants to marry? She didn't want to marry Esav. So why she was so great? Because to marry Esav זה לא דבר פשוט. To marry Esav זה לא דבר פשוט. Marry Esav, you carry a huge family legacy. Nachor was a huge family at the time. You carry the family of Nachor. But she didn't want it. That was her greatness. Although she's going to be a big famous lady, one of the mothers, the biggest family, she didn't want it. So the situation that we have over here, Esav, Levan has a daughter that already guaranteed to be part of the Nachor family. But his second daughter, Rachel, was not going to be part of the Nachor family because she's going to marry Yaakov. Now, this is where the battle begins. Yaakov has another issue. He said, it says, "Ani tzarich le'amid 12 shvatim." He needs to get 12 tribes. He needs to marry both of them. How do you do that? Now, when you have two great minds struggling together, you have the biggest mind of Lavan and the biggest mind, achiv ani beramaut. We are the same. Who's going to win? The winner is the one who finds the weak point on the other one. If you know what is weak point, at this point, it goes down, you can win him over. What is the weakest point of Lavan? Money. Lavan loves money. The Torah describes Lavan again. The first thing Yaakov knew when he met Lavan is, this guy loves money. So money is his weakest point to get him. Now, let's talk about what Lavan did to trick Yaakov, and then what was Yaakov's plan. Lavan, he wants to make sure that his daughters will not be part of Yaakov. He agreed to Yaakov. Yaakov offered to work 7 years. Okay, no problem. Work 7 years. He agreed to Yaakov to work 7 years for Rachel. At the end of the 7 years, says Lavan, I'm going to trick and give him Leah. So when he gets Leah, who's Leah belong to? Nachor. Esav, Nachor. Yeah, she's carried the family of Nachor. So I'm going to give him Leah, and automatically, but it says, Vataratz vateged le'avia, Nachon? They had no mother. So Lavan was the father and the mother of them. He controlled his daughters 100%. So he said, I'm going to give Yaakov to marry Leah. Leah, it's already the part of Nachor. Now, what will be the relationship between Yaakov and Leah? Horrible. Because I never want you. What you doing over here? Now, when he gave her Rachel seems to be not part of the story, but he agreed to give Rachel because he got some more money. So then, who's controlling now the generation? Lavan. The relationship between Yaakov and his wives is not going to be the greatest. Her sister got into this marriage because he didn't want her, and she got into it. And then she's part of it. Between them, they have internal fights. They don't want each other because Rachel feels, I was supposed to be here. Leah, you took my place. That's supposed to be the feeling. Now, the daughters, Leah took my place. Leah took Rachel's place. Right. Now, in such a case, when daughters have problems at home, they don't have good relationship with their husband, who do they go to? Their father and mother. Who is the father and mother? Lavan. Lavan feels is 100% control. The problem is, he was the mother. That was no mother, so that is the mother. Now, he feels 100% in control. The problem is, what Yaakov did to him, it's unbelievable. When Yaakov offered him, he said, look, First of all, Yaakov didn't want Lavan to have any concern about him. Number one, he played stupid. The first thing he told him, I'm sorry, my brother chased me. I have no money. I have nothing. I gotta be here. What does Lavan sees in front of him? Very well, fire! Yalla.
Take advantage.
הוא עובד חודש לחינם. Works a month for free. Come Lavan and he says, okay, I want to pay you. What should be the payment process? Okay, whatever you work, you pay, נכון? He offered them, let me work 7 years for you daughters. It says later on in the parasha, we're going to see in a minute, that they said that it wasn't common by then to sell daughters for money. It was there, you give nedunya, נכון? You're giving gift to marry off your daughter. Yaakov buying the daughters, Lavan should be very concerned. Once you pay me for my daughters, he's not coming over here. What's wrong? But this is money. Money. He blind him. Okay, yalla. Ata friar. He played himself flyer. No problem. I'm going to buy your daughter. Buy my daughter 7 years. And yeah, Lavan said, now I'm going to get him. He's working for 7 years, como friar, just for Rachel, and he's getting really Leah. Lavan telling him, לא יעשה כן במקומותינו. It's not going to happen. נכון? Yaakov knows that eventually he's getting Leah, because Lavan is not going to give him a break. He's getting Leah instead of Rachel. He knew, לא יעשה כן במקומותינו. And that was the concern of Rachel. Rachel told him, that's your concern. Now he gave her the simanim, and she gave the simanim to Leah. In the morning when Yaakov realized it's with Leah, what did Yaakov say to Leah? Did your sister give you the simanim? No. He realized that he won the lottery. He got Leah, נכון? That was his plan. He wanted to get Leah. So if you're going to make her feel bad, does he going to gain anything out of it? No. He made her feel the greatest. What did he do? It's unbelievable. He went to Lavan and he telling him, I want to get your Rachel עכשיו, נכון? I'm going to work another 7 years. What message is telling Leah?
That you were worth it.
You were worth it. You worth it 7 years of work. And so he telling Lavan, I'm going to go 7 years for Rachel, another 7 years. So he could have said, okay, give me Rachel. You tricked me, give me Rachel. No, he's telling him, I'm going to work for Leah and Rachel. And the Torah says, הוא עבד אותו באמונה. Why? He wanted to show both of them. Both of you are equal, worth it for me. You're my first choice. At this point, he gained two things. He got both of them. He should have got only one. And he got the biggest thing. He got the control. They feel connected to him. So far.
But then why would it say that he loved Rachel more?
That she felt.
No, she felt.
She felt.
That's very important.
No, she felt like the snore. Like
she felt like the swah, yeah. I mean, he was emotionally connected, but he himself, that was her feeling. And meaning Lavan had certain success over there, but by the end of the day, she felt uncomfortable. But this is where you see when Rachel accused her, when Rachel accused her for the simanim, when Rachel asked for the dudaim to have children, what did she take? Ameat kachtech et ishi, is my husband same as you. He worked for me, same amount that he worked for you. Who gave you the right to take my husband? So Leah understand that Rachel getting Yaakov to be more with her is not because that Yaakov want to.
But that doesn't say it.
No, that's what the Torah is telling us. But the feeling that Leah gets from Yaakov, you are equal. Rachel does games to trick, to get Yaakov to be more like her. So you're giving her 100% feeling. No, אין חוצפה. No, so I think the simple shot, yeah. She gave us money, he made her feel that was part of the plan. No, you heard it from Leah, it's okay. They played the game. No, נכון, I think, but Rachel gave her the simanim. I'm making it up, but I think that's something like that. No, meaning it was simanim. Tell her, by the way, Yaakov asked me to tell you when you go there.
She made it
in a way, in a nice way, can move on, and he played the game properly. So they all both feel belong. At this point, Yaakov plays the victim, the friar, up to this point. And as long as Yaakov knows he's the friar, he's not worried about anything.
He's winning.
So if Esav, the highest level of combinato is the guy feels he's tricking you and you're really tricking him. So at this point, Yaakov feels 100% secured. I have no issue. As long as Yaakov feels like that. but there is Lavan. There is no information who came to the story. He heard that. What's the feeling of Lavan and his children toward Yaakov? What's the feeling? I control you, I own you. That's the purpose of Lavan, to feel like that. Then suddenly he heard Yishomea, that the children of Lavan saying that everything you have, Yaakov took from our father everything he has. Then they realized that Yaakov is a man by himself. At this point, Lavan understands that Yaakov is not a friar anymore. מה יעקב עושה? יפונה הולכים, הקלפים נפתחו, right? They open the card. Yaakov says, we gotta go home. We can't take a chance to be here anymore. Up to this moment, I was considered friar. I was able to win him.
Now they understand.
Now we understand we have a fight. I can't take a chance. I gotta go home. I can't stay with such a guy. Now we are regular brothers. Now he goes to the daughters and he melachlech al Abba shelo, nachon? Lavan, he's piece of what? Why? Now it's a punchline. He needs to fully disconnect them from their father. So he shows everything that the father was playing with them.
They felt that.
He wants to disconnect the daughters from the father. So he's showing them, he's telling them all of the story, what they have been through. Now Yaakov, now they realize, he said, our father was playing with us. What did they say? Alo nochriot nechshavnu lo. They said, we were strangers. Benoag shebaolam, usually a person gives nedunya, give you a gift when you married his daughter. Here he charged money to marry us? But who made the old charge of money? Yaakov Bechlal did it. He set him up. So they blame Lavan on the Bechlal offers of Yaakov. This is the biggest combinator. You get Lavan to be the bad guy when you made him to be that offer. And therefore now they are emotionally... He showed them how Lavan doesn't care about them. He showed them that he sold them to him. So they know, and he showed them all of the tricks. And they realize this is our money. And our father tried to get our money. So our father doesn't care about us anymore. He cares about himself. They are fully disconnected. מה אתה אומר?
אם יעקב כל כך אמת, זה לא נקרא.
נדבר על זה בסוף. זה אמת, כי זה מה שמגיע לו באמת. Let's go weiter. Now, let's continue. Right, we'll talk about it. That's the conclusion. Now, it's continuing unbelievable. At this point, Yaakov understand, why is Yaakov running away? Yaakov needs to give a message to Lavan. Lavan, I'm not part of you. We realize our cards. Nachon? Therefore, Yaakov is running away. Rachel assumed that her father now would realize that he was wrong in his life. You think everything is yours, his control, everything. In one day, we all left. Because why is Rachel stealing the Avodah Zarah? He's going to buy a new one. מה? הולך לאמזון, מזמין עוד אחד. Same day delivery. What's the problem? Let's steal the Avodah Zarah. What's wrong with you? No. Rachel realized that Rachel says, now my father will have a change in his life. He's going to realize, because he's also the son of Nachor and Milcah. She says, my father now going to realize that he has zero in his world. We all ran away from him. Let him stop worship Avodah Zarah. At this point, Lavan is chasing Yaakov. He's telling Yaakov, what is he telling Yaakov? You took my daughters like a shvuyot cherev, right? You captured them. Meaning, no, at this point, he לא מבין את המשחק. At this point, he's telling them, מה זה שבויות חרב you captured? They are in my control. You think you're taking them with you, and they are in your control. You're wrong. They are on my control. You have no right to take them anymore.
Because his computer, he still thought he was in control the whole time.
He still thought he's in control then. He said, okay, you are, but you are. If I'm in control, who gives you the right to take them? And then he conclude, he says, he said, "Nechsof nichsafta leelokecha." You want to go to your God, it's fine. Why did you take my God? You trying to break me, nachon? To show me that I'm wrong. So when Lavan sees that Rafim, the Avodah Zarah, stealing from him, he classified it, I'm You're telling me that I'm wrong. Who gives you the right to do it? So there are two things that Lavan accusing Yaakov. Number one, I'm in control. And the Trafim, if you took my Avodah Zarah, that's a sign that I am in control. I just want to emphasize that. Why? If you're in control, you don't try to change somebody else. If you don't control somebody else, you're trying to change him. So as Lavan is telling them, you trying to change me, that means that you're not in control. Because people in control don't need to change other people. So he said, you trying to change me, you took my Trafim. So Yaakov responds, number one. The fact it says you are in control, כי אמרתי כי תגזול את בנותיך מאימי. You're going to steal them from me. I'm in control. But regarding your Avodah Zarah, if we took it, you have a good point. Because we have a problem. He goes through and he couldn't find it. Now, where is he going through? Unbelievable. He goes through Yaakov, Leah, the two Imaot, and then to the oil of Rachel. Because he knows Rachel is not going to do it to me. She's my part. So he thought, why they did it? To control him. Who would do it? Yaakov. So he goes to Yaakov, Leah Imaot. The last person he expects to be Rachel. Because if the motivation of Rachel to do it, she thought her father would change her. So then Rachel would do it. But to act as an action of control, Rachel would not do such a thing. After we realized he didn't find anything, Pitom Yaakov tofes kriza. Why Yaakov get angry? Yaakov telling him, what?
Why Rachel wouldn't do it?
Because Rachel, she's the closest person to him. To take away something, to control you, to Lavan.
How do we see that?
We'll see. Rachel, but in fact she took it, she's the only one who cared about her father. Here in the Sunnah it's an action of control, right? Because of control, you're doing it to me. But, so Rachel, we're not going to control me. Yaakov, he thinks he will control me, that's why it makes sense. When he saw that we didn't steal anything, what's Yaakov coming back? Now he gets angry. You are a liar. We didn't steal anything from you, right? So that means we never tried to control you. So what's going on over here? We're not trying to control you. So now you think you hold the girls. Now at this point it goes back to the original stage. You think you own the daughters, and I'm telling you I own the daughters. He proves you all of the lies that he did to him and to his family to show you why the daughters will move to me, Yaakov, and not to you, Lavan. He responded back, Vayomer Yaakov, Vayomer Lavan, Abanot Bnotai, everything is mine. Which means you have a claim that they're all yours, and you have a legit claim. Because you have a proof, all of the tricks that I did to you, they know it and they feel part of you. But I still believe they belong to me. So lo yazor lecha, meaning in any way, I respect your opinion, but you have to listen. Even though you think you are in control, I'm also part of their environment in control. So what he did offer, he said, let's make a brit. Ma ze brit? Combining two things together. Who is the first person who react to the brit? What did Yaakov do when he offered a brit? He put a stone. What a stone means? It's a barrier. Now this is unbelievable. He's telling them, the family are not part of you. And are going to prove you they are not part of you. He turned over, what's Lavan's relationship with others? Is controlling others. Nachon? When a relationship between a father and children it's relationship of control. Nachon, a father controlling, telling the children what to do. When Yaakov spoke to his children, how did he refer to them? V'omer Yaakov le'echav. They are my brothers. I'm not a person of control. And the biggest proof, he told them collect small stones. And what did they do? They collect big stones. So they have they have an independent opinion. Yaakov is telling Lavan, you missed the whole point. I'm not trying to control anybody. You're wrong in your life. You're trying to control. By us, it's not about control. Showing them what's the right thing to do. Here, Lavan went down. Lavan called it Yegar Sa'aduta, that's my perspective, and he called him Kalet. Then Lavan says, okay, let's do Mishe Berach. At this point he says, what Lavan says, you don't cross over here. I understand now at this point. You over here, and I'm over there. At this point Lavan says, Im lo ta'avor et hagal hazeh. You up to this point? Meaning, I'm giving you your territory, and I'm taking my territory. But we are together. Therefore he says, Elokei Avraham, ve'elokei Nachor, yishpot benenu. I am Nachor. You are Avraham. We all connected. He will make it. What was the response of Yaakov? Elokei Yitzchak. No. Who is Yitzchak?
Him.
No, Yitzchak is a person who has zero to do. It's Olat Mima. Avraham is still part of the family. Yitzchak is the Olat Mima. He's telling him, no, you think we have something in common. I have zero in common with you. It's not Elokei Avraham ve'elokei Nachor. For me, it's Elokei Yitzchak. I'm not part of you at all. At this point, Lavan shav limkomo. Because Lavan understands, I lost it. That's the pshat. When we read in the Torah, Lavan Arami bikesh la'akor et hakol. Ma pshat la'akor et hakol? What did we try in la'akor? He was trying, the fight of Lavan Arami is to destroy all of the connection of Am Yisrael with Am Yisrael himself. I want to address the last point that Yigal asked me today. Why Yaakov was waiting for Yosef to be born in order to be able to control Esav. Nachon? What's the connection of Yosef to control Esav? Who is Esav? Esav was the original wife. No, to control Esav. In order to win Esav, in order to go outside to win Esav, he needs to have Yosef with him. Why? Who is Esav? Esav is the daughter, is a descendant of Milcah and Nachor, right? Who did Esav choose to be like? Nachor. So Esav representing Nachor. Who can win him? A child of Leah cannot win him. Why? Because who is Leah? Leah, originally supposed to be part of Esav. Rachel, she's completely disconnection from Esav, the old derech. That's why Rachel is the one, answer to you, took the trafim. Leah somehow is part of it. Rachel has zero connection. She can make the control. I'm taking the trafim. I'm taking everything away. That's why the son of Rachel, which is the anticipate, is the opposite of Esav. He's the only one can win in order for us to go against Esav. That's next week we talk about this connection. כאן, ברוך ה' לעולם,